Stugotz, I told you vaguely when I went to Los Angeles for a couple of weeks and threw everything we're doing around here into unrest. I told you that I was following my late brother's advice, pushing me toward my discomforts. Like, I just don't like business, Stugotz. I really don't like business, but things have to be done in protection of this building and this business that serve everybody here, because we all own a piece of the company, and occasionally I'm going to have to leave here to go do things. And today I'm like super excited right now because one of those things has arrived. And I want to tell the audience before I make what is a giant announcement for our show and everything we're trying to do here at Meadowlark Media and the DraftKings Network. Before I make that announcement, I want to give the longtime listeners of the show the context they need to understand like where this journey is ending up, because these listeners made us so very valuable that a lot of people want to partner with us on a lot of different things, and we have the freedom to partner with them. And we get to pick and choose who we want to work with and who we want to have around us. And so I had to go to Los Angeles, and nothing like this has ever happened to me because Mike Ryan said he recognized it because old Hollywood producer there was meeting with a bunch of people, and they were doing what was called a vibe check, where they come and they meet with you and they see if they vibe with you.
Sounds douchey, got to be honest.
It does.
Vibe check, get over yourself.
It does, but wait, let me tell you the story though, because I didn't realize I was getting vibe checked. I didn't realize that when Matt Barnes showed up with his crew, that they were meeting to see, hey, and these guys, I admire them so much because they're just a deeply authentic brand at a media time that very few brands are authentic. The idea that these guys can still have this kind of power and street credibility, because everyone knows those dudes are real. For Matt Barnes to come into, my brother's pushing me toward the discomforts, and I'm doing shows in California I don't want to be doing, and it's deeply uncomfortable, everything we're doing. We're doing them in Adam McKay's office. For Matt Barnes to come in with his people, for them to size me up, and for the thing that they wanted to talk about to be my father, okay? To be my father when I'm trying to live in service of my late brother, and he's pushing me toward, I'm telling you, over time here, I will tell people all of the lengths I'm going to try to stay connected to my late brother in the spiritual, artistic ways that I admired about him so very much. But it's made me unstable, like wildly unstable, what has happened over the last 18 months in a way that I don't think anybody around here is familiar with. And it's to birth things like this. It's in service of announcements like this. We are adding.
It's pretty perfect that as you're being a rambling man, you look like a member of the Allman Brothers.
I will stop rambling now and make the announcement.
Or the guy from Ghost.
We've got Dead Mouse here with us, and he is going to accompany me because, honestly, I am thrilled, Stugotz, to tell everybody that we are teaming up with, we are partnering with, we are teammates now with All the Smoke, with Steven Jackson, with Matt Barnes.
I love smoke, Dan.
With Rachel Nichols, and everything that they bring in here. And we are not about All the Smoke. We, like us, our crew doesn't have what this crew has. We are smoke adjacent and uncomfortable and coughing. Yes, we are not all the smoke people.
We're some of the smoke.
We don't want all the smoke. We want occasional smoke if it's easy and it doesn't actually result in a fight. You know, Matt Barnes will fight you.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson will fight you. Steven Jackson will get banned from the league for fighting you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. I am someone who loves all of the smoke.
It is not all of the smoke.
Well, no, but all of the smoke. You know, bring the smoke on to me, Dan.
It's all the smoke.
I'm right at home. I mean, this is very exciting, Dan. Very, very exciting. They give us credibility that we don't have. to be quite frank with you. And so I'm very excited that they're my teammates. This is amazing. Do they consider me a teammate or no?
I think so. We will ask Matt Barnes in a little bit here, but Mike Ryan is very eagerly telling Deadmau5 behind us to fire off more smoke in here.
It takes time, Dano.
Yeah, but
It's like Fog Allen Fieldhouse in here.
Oh, there's smoke in there. I get it.
Tony can't see what the signaling from Mike Ryan though because
He's got a costume on.
because yes, he's got a head on, and now we are going to we're going to set off the smoke alarms in here because the room is filled with fire, and Tony's not getting the cues quickly because he can't see. But in all honesty, Stugotz, this is a big thing for us to be able to put on DraftKings Network, to be aligned with Rachel Nichols, a gangster journalist, and with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes and their team, like the team that they have, Stugotz, because it's not, these are the front-facing guys, but they have an entire team of people. So we really are.
This is awesome.
I don't say this very often, like, and I'm giving you the context of the story. Angel Resto has now put on the screen. This is how close to all the smoke we are. This is you and me. Is that a donut in the middle of all the steam? Why would I have a donut in the sauna?
I didn't cue you. It's too much.
It is too much.
Does
Tony,
Stugotz really have that Grateful Dead tattoo?
it's too much. No, he does not have that
No.
Grateful Dead. That is Photoshop to make him look better than he does, as we do around here with all things.
So we're very excited to be partnering up with All the Smoke and have them in our family.
That's me looking better.
That is you.
How'd you do on the vibe test, by the way? Just out of
Well,
curiosity.
I mean, we're teammates now, right?
Okay.
So
It worked.
So
It
they were
worked.
testing you out. Barnes, they were doing the vibe test.
You thought I was doing the vibe
No,
test?
but Barnes was doing the vibe test, and they still agreed to partner with us.
Well, because of my father.
Oh, okay, good.
I got to admit, I'm pretty surprised by this.
No awkward hugs when you guys, dapped up?
Well, yeah, because I'm an awkward hugger, and I'm not a good dapper, but I'm not your father who gets spun around into the chest
Right.
of Ray Lewis, who's wearing a mink.
It's a shocking announcement that no one saw coming today.
Let's move on to other subjects,
Not
shall
at all
we?
telegraphed. This is good.
Yeah.
This is big. I'm happy for us.
Yes.
We look like pros.
How can you not be happy for us? This is the beginning. Well, look, man, when we left ESPN, and you, if you're listening here, you know why we left, how we left. There are 1,000 reasons, but you know the last one and what it was in protection of and what was in defense of. It was in defense of family. And these guys and their crew feel like family to them, and they're all in business together. And I believe in the idea of that, even though everyone warns me, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not mix business with people you care about. It'll break your heart. And for a couple of years, it has, again and again, in the shadows in a way that has affected my performance and has made this show hurt because of it.
Do you think, in seeing how this announcement is going and your regalia, do you think that there are second thoughts?
From them, I don't know how they're going to experience our outfit at all. We're vastly more disorganized.
Our literal outfit.
Yeah.
The smoke's made it look purple in there, and now you're kind of giving off Prince vibes.
Yeah, early
Oh,
Prince.
the hat.
Early Prince.
Cause you any sorrow.
My hat did fall off again. I did want to get
Careful,
to that.
Chris. Very litigious estate.
It is. I want to get to this Kevin Durant sound. And I want...
Stugotz has never been more helpful than with that hat.
He loves me. Stugotz does love me.
In a sensitive place right now, guys.
Yes. Look, I
Gotta help him out.
I'm crying on every platform we have. I'm trying to figure out how to give the tell-all interview to Stugotz on Stupidity and what to
Please
call it.
do. I mean,
Yeah, Stu Bitches sessions. I'm trying to figure out what to call Stupidity.
Palm Beach session.
Yeah, something where I give the exclusive on what the horror of my life has been. Just tears and tears. Where Stugotz is doing the serious interview and just offering me tissues the entire time.
You'll have to tell me what questions to ask.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, you were saying.
Yes, I was.
KD.
Thank you, Mike. Just play the sound of
Lost
KD.
another big one last night.
Yes, KD is.
So you're acknowledging it's a big one.
Well, there are spots for me to call someone a joker. I mean,
Let's listen to Kevin Durant when he is asked. I want to, Stugotz, listen to this because I want to get your thoughts on what stands out from Kevin Durant saying who he now thinks is going to win the tournament.
The games, who's your pick to win the tournament?
I'm gonna go with the Lakers since they beat us, and they got the size to compete with anybody. They got the quickest flight out of anybody.
Most fans probably too, right?
Most fans out of everybody. So it's set up for them to win, and I can't wait to watch. The intensity of these games have been incredible. Like I said, I wasn't a fan as they were performing this thing, but now I'm a huge fan of the end season and looking forward to watching it.
Kevin, what do you think was key in still being?
What stands out from that for you?
That he's always
Stugotz?
watching it. I mean,
That's it? That's all you took from that?
no, it does. Listen, it takes a lot for Kevin Durant. Now, in my personal record book, he does not have these rings. But for a guy who has won a couple of rings with the Golden State Warriors and accomplished a lot in the NBA, for him to be excited about an in-season game, a regular season game, I guess there's something to it. Like, I'll have to check it out, and I'll have to see if I get excited. But it's good to see that Kevin Durant and LeBron
There
James
you
are excited
go.
about it.
We have made you evolve.
I'll
your
give it a
opinion
fair
on this.
chance, I
Because if
promise.
there is any
What in the
athlete,
semifinals?
if there is any athlete in that sport that would take the piss of the in-season tournament, it would be Kevin Durant. He would let all the air out of the excitement.
Yeah.
He'd be a hard ass about it, and he admitted at the beginning, I was a hard ass about it, but I came around. So that's great to see.
I also have to point out to the audience the difference in context between reading something and seeing it and hearing it for yourself. Because the thing that I took from that quote was him saying they've got the most fans. But he didn't say that. It was volunteered by a sports writer, and then he repeated it. But if he had been volunteering, they've got the most fans, and that's why I want to see them in the tournament, he would be suggesting that the thing is rigged.
Semifinals are tomorrow, Stu. 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You could tune in and watch these semifinal games.
Got Patriots Steelers. I mean, it's a big one.
Oh, okay. Patriots, Steelers.
Steelers
Sure.
in the mix. I mean,
More
probably the
important.
Patriots are too. I don't
Great.
even know.
Thanks.
It got pretty smoky in there, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
How did it look? How did the whole
Same, which is
purple.
why I kept putting smoke in.
How
'cause
did
it all
our
looks
big
smoky.
giant announcement look? How did Chris Cody? You've been experiencing it. You are at the center of why this business moved to the place that it did, and now finds itself on the DraftKings network with
You're welcome.
all the smoke. How did you experience our giant announcement? How did we handle it as a company?
I experienced it that the video did not pick up the smoke as well as I think it was much more smokier in there than it looked on TV.
I can't see your eyes.
It just looked purple.
So we failed.
Not the smoke part, but the announcement part.
Excellent.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we
Other than when
totally
we revealed
nailed
it at 9 o'clock this morning.
It's time for
Against the spread. It's a big one.
This is what people call the nitty-gritty. It is title chasing time, and we all need to take advantage of the fact that Billy's out of the office this week.
Yep.
He's lead dog. I checked the rankings just yesterday. But because he took the worst time to take vacation, we can all move in line for top dog status.
I'm right there, correct?
You are right there.
Wow.
And remember, we're giving this prize away at our Miller Lite event at Dolphin Mall, Vivo Miami, the Miller Lite stage. It's all presented by Miller Lite and Dollar Shave Club. All ages affair. Bring your family. We're going to be watching Monday Night Football. It's a doubleheader that night, by the way. Where's Buck and Aikman going to be? Are they going to be here in Miami for Titans Dolphins, or are they going to be in New York for Packers Giants? Who knows? Really not that important.
Where would
we'll
you
find
want-
out together
Where
on
would
December
you,
11th.
Where would you want to be if you were them?
I'm going to be offended if they're in New York.
We'll find out together December 11th, and I don't want to confuse all of that with against us. Yeah, do it. Against the spread. Of course, every week brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code Dan when you sign up on the app for a limited time offer for new customers.
Didn't hear Dan
Dan,
do it.
you are in last place. I think mathematically eliminated. So we begin with you loser.
Well, why would you do it with me if I'm mathematically eliminated?
Just play
Against
against the spread.
Just getting your pick out of the way.
I
Let's
don't
go.
really want to do it, but that's fine. I'll take the Raptors tonight against the Heat.
How dare you?
Yep.
Well, without Bam,
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Raptors
Makes sense.
to win on the road.
Against the spread.
They're minus 3.5. The Raptors are at home. So
All right, Stugotz, big week for you.
It is. It's a big week. I am right on Billy's heels. But, Mike, this weekend is the biggest game. Dare I say the biggest game of the season. It is Army it is Navy. And as much as I love myself and I love winning things for myself, I love the military more. I love our country even more. I love the red, white, and blue. I am going to take both Army and Navy. How about that?
Against the
This is unprecedented. You're putting your country before you.
I am. No losers, just winners
Just
in the
donating the
Army-Navy game. Yep.
Can you bet as a bonus like a tie or overtime or something?
They're
Can
both
you-
winners, Dan.
I know,
mean,
but
you tell one of those teams they're losers. I dare you.
but-
Go ahead.
Keep
but-
trying to
go
poke
ahead.
holes in his
Yeah.
love for the military, and
right.
you keep getting rebuffed.
Right. I took Army and Navy.
Wow.
He's
Going
going to
2-0.
lose.
You know what this means?
It means you're going to lose.
It
one.
means I'm going 2-0.
No, it doesn't.
Bonus game.
It means you're going to go 1-1.
Oh, okay.
For
No,
sure.
No losers, Dan. Just a winner.
But you're going to go 1-1 against the spread. You're going.
But he's going 2-0 in the hearts of many.
Exactly.
That's
But he gets a
right.
win no matter what.
But no, yeah, but he's giving up the ability to win. The prize is being.
We
given
all
up.
understand the sacrifice that he's making for our
Thank you
troops.
for your service.
It's
Stugotz.
a win-win. Yep.
Okay, I don't think you understand that, but that's okay. We continue on against the spread.
Thank you for your service.
I'm going to cut right to it. There's no following that. I'm going to take the under in Jacksonville, Cleveland. It looks like Joe Flacco versus C.J. Beathard. I actually do think there is a quarterback on Jacksonville's roster that I hope we see because I saw him in plenty of CFL games that I bet on last year. Nathan Rourke with BC Lions. I rate him incredibly, and I know what C.J. Beathard is. But until they figure that out for themselves, I'm going to take unders against the spread.
You're getting better, though. You know that. You're getting better.
I'm going with the new Iowa. I'm taking the under in the Patriots-Steelers game on Thursday night. Under 30. The Patriots will never go over again.
Big one.
Against
Oh, wait, is that the spread? Am I allowed to do it?
Yeah.
You're fine.
You never let me do that. You made me choose
this is a
numbers
brand
the
new
whole
rule.
time. That's why I lost.
That's right. That's two straight totals.
Right.
Look, we're trying to win. We're not trying to play nice. We're trying to play winner.
Well, I don't know who the Jets quarterback is. It might be Zach Wilson or it might be somebody else.
They don't either.
They're plus 5.5 against the Houston Texans. So I'm taking the Houston Texans minus 5.5
Good bet.
against the spread.
Wow, I cannot wait to find out who wins this.
Stugotz said good bet because Stugotz and Chris Cody, they always, the entire lifetime that I've known them, both of them are people who will bet the Texans in that situation. Whenever you sniff around and are like, why are the Texans only favored by 5.5? Those two will always make the bet on the favorite.
I don't like this tradition you're starting of every Sunday mocking Stugotz and I via text with the bets we're going to take. All right.
Totally
Texted.
agree.
I very rarely, all right, I'm not going to lie, I do take those bets a lot. But I just don't like what you're doing with the text. Don't put me in that category.
Well, you often win them. That Lions bet that you won this weekend
Big
against
winner.
against the Saints, but you
How about
also
Chargers minus 5.5?
you often lose them as well because football becomes football, and I lose all the time because I bet on football to always be football. And the way that football is always football is that I get all the games wrong. Whatever I think is going to happen is not what's going to happen. It's the opposite of that.
But what exactly are you claiming me and Chris love to bet? We love to bet big favorites on the
That
road?
you would bet Jacksonville and the Bengals in the Cincinnati Jags.
I did have the Jags.
A big fave. I do
just
like a big
whatever.
fave.
When
Right,
a
I
team
did.
is falling apart like the
Adam.
Jets,
Yeah.
you're going to take the Texans and say football's not going to be football because, and I understand how this happens. Like the emotion of betting, if you're not doing it clinically, I understand how it happens. You're basically betting whatever it is that you're betting because you don't want to lose money and be the idiot who said the Jets were going to be football that day.
Pretty much.
Like that's what you're doing. You're betting against the idea of I don't want to watch the Jets do football things and then lose by 3, and I'm on that side watching that game all game, and you fear being down 21-0 in the first quarter.
I will tell you that if I applied it to every bet, I would have taken Oregon over Washington. I did not. I took Washington to win the game outright. How about that?
Well, but I don't know why that spread continues to confound me. I still don't understand
weird.
why Washington was a 10-point underdog against the team they'd already beaten.
And typically, what Washington did in that spot is unprecedented. We've never seen a team win straight up. When the lower-ranked team is favored by that much, the favorite gets always the dub. The underdog always gets pounded. What Washington did was buck a trend as they've done all season long. It's why I think Penix should probably be second place to Jordan Travis.
The Washington coach loved when he saw that spread, because when you're undefeated, already beat Oregon, you need a chip on your shoulder. And he was saying, hey, even though you're undefeated, even though you already beat Oregon, no one believes in you. Not Vegas, not any fans. No one believes in you. You know who believes in you? Me. That's what a good coach says.
Washington has guts. They've been bucking trends all season long.
Yep.
You know who else believed in you? Stugotz. Didn't watch a Washington game all season.
That's not fair. I watched the first Oregon game.
I have some other things from football I wanted to ask you, Stugotz. Did you see, or did you feel bad for, Ryan Stonehouse and what happened to the Titans punter?
What happens?
The Titans punter had they lost the game for a number of different reasons, but mostly what happened, Jeremy?
I just saw the video.
Of what happened to
Yeah.
Ryan? Okay, well, that was the second punt he got blocked. So here's what happened to the punter of the Titans, and he lost. The game was lost. Here. Oh, you guys didn't see this?
I mean, I'm just seeing the still image of it. Like, I did see that he had a bad injury.
Should I watch
I don't
it?
usually seek those out, but I just Googled his name, and you see a still image of his leg, like looking like a
Don't
V.
see that happen to a punter very often.
So I saw the Jordan Travis injury live. ABC didn't mean to show it. They showed it anyways, and I regretted seeing it, and I told my family, don't go see it. Should I watch this one? Is it that
I
kind
think
of...
you can get it.
You can
got it.
see it.
Okay.
It's just not fun.
I'm not.
Can I unsee it, though?
Stugotz, I'm not even bringing this before you on a Wednesday, 3 days after it has happened, because it was gruesome. I'm bringing it before you because the Titans lost to the Colts in overtime. The reason they lost is because their punter, who was also their holder, had to be replaced for one play by Ryan Tannehill, who held, and then they missed the extra point. They spent the end of that game with Nick Folk punting pretty well, because the punter not once but twice got hit that way, Jeremy. The second time it broke his leg in half, but it was twice that he was, and I don't know what happened to the special teams. It was a special teams atrocity, what happened to Mike Vrabel as his season falls apart. But the punt blocker was getting to Stonehouse so fast on both of them, Stugotz, that before he could even get the ball off, he was getting destroyed. Like, just because they footballed him. Remember how Sean Taylor did that to a punter in a Pro Bowl?
Yep.
Like, the punter isn't usually involved in the football. He uses his foot on the ball, but he gets out of the way after that.
They blocked the ball as he was throwing it up to punt it. So it wasn't even a blocked punt. It was in the process that they were able to hit the ball before hitting him. And now I just saw the second one. He got flipped upside down on the first one, and then they broke his leg on the second. This poor guy.
Football's so weird that I came into God Bless Football on Monday morning after that Titans game, and I felt bad for Ryan Tannehill for having to hold kicks. That's what made me sad from all that.
Wrong Ryan.
Not the punter possibly losing his leg. I was like, oh, did you see Tannehill had to hold? That was sad.
I'm legitimately stunned that on our show, you guys pay attention to sports, that this fits this neatly into the context of what I'm talking about, where we get used to the carnage so much that you guys weren't even aware that this had happened.
It's like bad injury, don't need to see it.
It's
I
a
got
punter.
it. I got the gist.
Right.
Yeah.
The punter's out, bad injury, got it.
He couldn't get to the tent. Like, they had to carry him. His leg was not working in any way.
We need to make this blue tent mobile. The tent comes out onto the field, covers the situation.
Bring the tent to them.
All of a sudden, you see like 4 guys at the corner of the tent running out onto the field, putting it onto, and then just like.
I'm agreeing with you. At Le Batard Show, Juju, do we have to stop with the blue tent being hidden? Let's roll it out there. Let's put sponsors on it. Let's put advertising.
they're getting to it,
Let's put advertising on. This player was hurt. It's brought to you by Pennzoil.
I've got it where eventually, with the technology of these fields, where the field just opens up a hole and the player sinks away, and they replace it with other grass.
Like a stage, like a really good
At some
concert.
point, all these football fields will be like, get this injury out of here. Just sinks down, gone, new grass. Never happened.
Put it on the poll, Juju, as well. Should football just start sponsoring the injuries?
Just a beam of light stemming down from a UFO lifts them up.
Don't do a television timeout and pretend like you care about the player.
My own medical center.
Let's just, the worse it is, let's, get funeral homes involved. We're going to check in here with Tony in just a second. His top five. Stugotz, we've started. You can get out of your phone. We got Tony's top five coming, and I was
texting Tony.
We got to be ready for it. I doubt very much that you were texting Tony to be helpful on what his top five is. But since we just started, we just had a segment where we talked about the Titans punter that you guys didn't know was hurt that way.
I lied. I was locking in the Raptors, Dan. I'm sorry.
Took Dan's against the spread advice, huh?
It was a good pick. Unfortunately, it won't count for the championship.
Mathematically eliminated.
You lied because you were speaking. Those things it's a tell. Your lips
opening
were moving.
my mouth.
Yes, that is correct.
Well, thank you.
You look like Inigo Montoya.
Do we have a winner yet on what I look like?
A fool.
That should be one of the top.
Give my father
the
prepared
choices.
like you're trying. You look like you're trying.
Another thing that I think people might not have
Siakam playing?
Have noticed on Sunday is that at the end of the first half, this happened at least in part. You missed the Titans thing because I don't think that many people cared about Titans Colts. Like it's one of those games in the middle, and you're like, I don't care about either of those teams. I know what they are. Neither of them are good enough. Get out of here.
I don't care about punts.
And another game that was like that though was Carolina and Tampa, where you just, I don't care. But in that game, something happened that I thought was interesting that I also thought was weird. And I don't have an answer to the question I'm about to ask you. At the end of the first half, Bryce Young had the ball at his own 47-yard line, okay? It is 4th down and 2 at their own 47. What are we doing there? What are we doing? Carolina has the ball. It's the 47-yard line. There are 2 seconds left on the clock in the half. 2 seconds left. 4th and 2. What are we doing there as a team with Carolina and Bryce Young?
I would say either the Hail Mary or just run around and kill the clock. That's it. Go to half,
Okay, but why wouldn't you choose Hail Mary there?
I mean, I would. I said Hail Mary first.
But
You could not trust the kid and have the recency bias of a Black Friday game happening.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably going to be a disaster. Let's just go into the half.
So to my way of thinking, any functional NFL team is absolutely going Hail Mary there. Period. Hard
Am I
stop.
getting the ball first to start the second half?
Sometimes if you get the ball the second half, they're just like, you know what?
Let's
We
not
get the
chance
ball
it.
anyway.
We're alive in this game.
Carolina has a lot of trouble scoring. Their 47 is scoring position for them.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot.
What happened?
He just threw it out of bounds because he doesn't have time or arm strength. I don't know what the answer is. Like he just
The answer is C.J. Stroud. That's the answer. They took the wrong guy.
But
they took the wrong answer.
But he already looks like a high school quarterback, and if he can't reach, like. Add it to the list of problems, because I can't believe that's a thought I had. I don't think it's so. My guess is he can get it there. My guess is they don't trust the offensive line to not get him killed, fumbled, something, that they don't trust that he can get it from the 47-yard line to the end zone without a disaster happening. But I'm like, you can't play football that way. Like, of course you're going to win one game all season if that's the faith you have in everything you're doing offensively.
Well, they haven't been playing football much of this season in Carolina.
Just once.
Is Tony ready? Is Tony in position? Tony cannot see. Where is Tony joining us from? I really enjoyed it when he can interact with others. He has now gone to the balcony here, and that Ferris wheel, that is outside our studios. We are at the beautiful Elser Hotel every day. It is in the middle of a wonderful, wonderful scenic view, and Tony now joins us from out there. Is there anyone around you? Is there any chance that you get interrupted? How are you going to be able to see the phone? Can you see well enough through that head, that dead mouse head, in order to see to see what you're reading?
Well, good question, Dan. There's a lot of people that have asked me if I'm Deadmau 5, and I've answered yes, I am Deadmau 5. It's going to be tough for me to look, so I'm going to have not only the phone close to my teeth, but also the microphone close to my teeth, so I can make sure and see everything at the same time. I'm very excited because... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, go ahead. Why are you very excited? I was just going to say it would be time now for your Deadmau 5, top 10, Deadmau 5, but I couldn't get the joke out because we don't have timing because I can't see your face.
Well, the other thing, too, is I'm performing right over there at the amphitheater here in Bayfront Park, Deadmau 5, live today at about 4 p.m.
Is that true?
No.
Really?
Number 5. Sorry. Oh, my God. There's a gust of wind that the ears get taken by the gust of wind. So
Well, be
you see-
careful.
careful.
Hold on a second.
careful.
Get away from
Take
that.
your shirt
Hold on.
off.
Get a little closer, Tony.
Yeah, take your shirt off.
Tony,
Yeah, yeah.
Tony, get
It
real
helps.
close to the camera. It's okay. Tony, look, this is a liability issue. Just get real close to the camera and give us your top 5 as close as you can. Yeah, there you go. Yes,
Right
because
there?
we
Okay.
don't want you blowing away.
Okay, number 5. Trevor Lawrence showed incredible leadership, limping a mile to the locker room and not using the cart. Walk it off, kid. Way to go.
All right, now back up because I can't tell that he's dressed up like Dead Mouse.
Did you see what happened once Lawrence got into the tunnel? He needed 9 people to help him get to the locker room.
Stupid.
Yeah, but he walked off in his
Leadership.
own power.
Yeah, leadership. Okay.
Number 4.
I saw Baker Mayfield. I saw him spiked into the turf again and again, playing injured, being a man on behalf of his team. And what happened? They sent him away. Number 4.
Joe Cool came in and did exactly what Joe Cool does. 23 for 44, 254, 2 tutties, a pick, and a 17-point loss to a sub-500 team.
Yeah.
Isn't Joe Burrow Joe Cool? Can you have 2 Joe Cools?
The original Joe Cool. Come on, Dano.
Yep.
Joe Flacco.
Well, that's Joe
Joe
Montana.
Cool.
Can Tony like every quarterback?
All right. Who? Yeah, I think Joe
It's
Montana.
Montana.
I think
That's
Joe
score.
Montana is the original.
That final
He
score
is.
was not indicative of how close that game was. It was a tight one.
Bad pick. Bad pick. Number 3,
Tony, what just happened there?
Jake Browning, huh?
Tony, what just
No,
happened?
because I thought Mike was gonna do the Elijah Moore bit where it was Elijah Moore's fault, not Joe Cool's fault. So I was kind of laying up for Mike there.
Head on a swivel, Mouse.
Makes sense.
Chris Cody, you guys enjoyed too much when Tony failed.
No, it's not failing. I just love a little hiccup.
I think
you
it's
know
really
me.
funny.
I love a hiccup.
I love a good hiccup.
Bastard. Number 3, Jake Browning, huh? It's almost like if you squinted.
It is harder to do this stuff in costume. All of it is harder to do.
Squinting.
Number 2.
Number 2, Chiefs have gotten cute this year,
Yes.
and it's going to cost them.
The head looking left at the phone and then getting closer to it's a great visual.
I hurt for him right now
Because I can't see it.
I know it's hard. I know it. I am very sorry for you right now. We put you in an impossible position, and also we can't see from your face that your confidence is leaking, but we can hear it in your voice.
His head almost just flew off.
Yeah, my head almost blew off again. Big gust of wind
wanted
here.
to,
You always know
actually.
what way the wind is blowing because your head gets tilted a certain way. That one was a northwestern wind.
Do you believe
Number
that,
1.
Do you believe that mascots have it tougher than we think they do because there are all sorts of perils involved that you are presently experiencing because the wind up there is stiff and you're getting your head blown around?
Yeah, obviously you know my disdain for mascots, but you know what? This makes me put on a pair of big old Ronald McDonald shoes for a mascot and let me see what it's like to walk a day in their shoes. So maybe a little bit more leniency for the mascots, Dan. I feel like that's growth for me.
Number 1.
Number 1. You know what San Francisco is doing when they went across the country to the link and kicked their ass up and down the field, Dano?
Making a statement?
They were standing on business, baby.
Oh, I'm
That's what they
sorry.
were doing, standing on business.
Okay. Why are you guys looking at me like that?
I like making a statement better.
Well, this is how it evolves with the young people. It is making a statement in disguise. It's the same thing.
Really? It
Yes.
is?
Well, he said it better.
Standing on business?
This is why we are not all of the smoke. That's what he just did. He's a young person, and so that's
He
what
almost lost his head again.
he almost lost his head again.
Yeah,
look
almost
like
lost my- I have to
Surge
like
from
hold it
System
down
of a
for my
Down.
chin right here.
All right, Tony, get back down here. We're understaffed today, and we need your help down here. We need that incompetence down here instead of up there. I'm gonna try
Back
and
to you,
do.
Dano.
I'm gonna try. Should I try and do my own top 5 list to see if?
Ooh, competing top 5s. We've
Wow,
never done that
dueling.
before.
Amazing.
Not now. I need to get ready for it because this has to be done well to see how hard it is to do in a mascot costume. Because I I've got plenty to talk about. I don't want to talk about football anymore, but we know all the numbers show if you talk about football, that's all you got to talk about. You don't have to talk about anything else. Just it's all of the consultants say it just like that, real jowly. Just hey, what do we have to do to better with focus groups? Just football. Just talk about football all the time. Football. Talk about the punter in football. Talk about the Titans punter, Stonehead, and did you see the Cardinals? They had a catch that wasn't a catch. It was looked like a catch, but McBride caught the ball and it looked like a catch, and the announcer said it was a catch, but it wasn't a catch. Yes. And I can just go to DraftKings and say, give us another $50 million. And they say, yes. That's how that happens. Just talk football. Get people to talk football, and there's so much action during football.
God bless football.
That's right. God bless football.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. What is happening?
Check it out on Max. Excuse me.
Oh, Jesus
I was thinking about
Christ.
Coach Prime. I'm sorry. It's not on. It's not
Go
on
sit-
Max.
go sit in the
I
penalty
deserve
box.
it.
You got
Five
your
in
own
the
deal.
major. Yeah. Well, I mean, no one got me on Max. I mean,
Stop.
Go sit in the
mentioning
penalty
it.
box.
I deserve it. 5 minutes. I'll see you guys.
You're
later.
on DraftKings Network.
You need me to pay
You
money
have
too?
a lower third graphic.
Okay.
They rate you so highly.
That's very nice of them. I love DraftKings.
Go get out of here, please. Go sit in the penalty box.
Sorry.
Chris Cody, what has the experience been like with God Bless Football this weekend, trying to wrangle Stugotz? I think Billy sprung a surprise on us. Stugotz, close the door, please. He wants so desperately to be able to say something to what you're about to say.
I've gotten multiple texts from Stugotz this week, planning out 72 different interviews. None of them have actually happened yet. Mikey A is the one to go to on that. I've learned very quickly what Stugotz says means nothing. If Mikey A confirms it, then we're actually doing it.
Okay, but how do you feel about it all? Because I believe that Billy, this week, taking vacation, is taking a mental health break from Stugotz. I've not been told anything, but I just think all of that seems really hard for a producer.
He has texted me multiple times this week, just LOL, with no other context.
So the mental health break might just be a happy byproduct of vacation time.
He's laughing at me. He knows that I'm dealing with it this week, and yeah. I think he's enjoying his break, if I had to guess.
Well, how bad is it, though?
I mean, like I said, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I kind of know the Stugotz monster at this point. I know when he says, buddy, we're going to do this interview at 3, this interview at 4, this interview at 5. I know that probably those aren't going to happen.
He wants more of everything.
He's a monster.
The content's good, though. It was fun doing it on Monday.
All right, God bless football on DraftKings Network exclusively.